Alright, hello friends. So with Easter coming up, I wanted to do some experiments that have to do with Easter. So today we're going to do one with Peeps. So we are going to put some Peeps and we're going to see what happens when we put them in things like water, vinegar, and soda. So on the sheet that I'm going to send, they are bunnies. So you can either buy the bunnies or I bought the other type, which are more like the chicks, I guess. So I'm going to have to kind of change my paper and color them that way. But this is the time when you think we have water, vinegar, and soda. So this is when you need to draw your prediction underneath each part of the first one. So draw what you think for that. Okay, so for this video, you should have already drawn your prediction for the Peep in the water, the vinegar, and the soda. So 3 different ones. So at this point, you guys can go ahead and put your Peeps in each one. So here's a Peep going in the water. He kind of floats a little bit. The vinegar, and then the soda. Push them down a little bit first so they can get a little soggy. So after you do that, you're gonna have to let them sit for a little bit. We might let them sit for a couple hours, but probably in 15-20 minutes you should be able to see a difference if they'll change at all. So this is the time we have to wait and kind of watch and see what's going on. All right, so this is after 2 hours. This is the one in the water. Let's see. So if you kind of notice, the water's actually turned like a pinkish color. I don't know if you guys can see it in the video, but ours kind of turned like this pinkish color. And the bottom of him is kind of white. He's a little softer than at the top. This guy was in the vinegar. He's like kind of bubbly and foaming, so maybe you can make a prediction about what will continue to happen. This has been 2 hours. And then this one's in the soda, so I'll flip him over. Kind of interesting. I don't see too much. And so there's that. Okay, so it's been about 24 hours. So they've been sitting overnight. You can definitely smell the vinegar. I know Miss Watson loves me for that. So let's go ahead and start looking. This one is the one in the water. So he kind of looks pretty normal. If we flip him over, he's really soft and really smushy. Like I could easily break him apart. And he's obviously lost some of his color. And there he goes. Also something that you can't see. Let's see if I can get it to do it without destroying your table. Let's see what the water looks like. Can you see it? A little bit. What about if I put white behind it? So the water's definitely pink, which I thought was interesting. So definitely some of the dye that they used on the sugar to make the Peeps pink in this case came out. Right, so if we go to the one with the vinegar, so he definitely has some of these bubbles around the outside, and he's definitely very soft. Let's see what happens if I try to pick him up. He's completely white and can you see all the bubbles in there? So he's like completely bubbled. There we go, on the bottom. So he's all bubbles pretty much. And I could kind of like wipe it off if I wanted to. And the water is like I don't think it's as pink as in the water because I think he kind of bubbled off. So there's that one. And then the soda, Miss Watson already broke his butt off, so that happened. He's not as soft, and he actually kind of retained some of his color, which I thought was kind of interesting. Can you see he's got the bubbles too, but they also have still like the pink sugar on the outside. So, but he's definitely soft all the way around. Like his whole body is really mushy and soft. So like I said yesterday, I didn't use the right type of Peep. I used more of the chicks or the ducks. So I did my own. So this is a way that you could do it without a computer or without printing the PDF. So I just drew it. So I folded my paper into 3. And so I have the water, the vinegar, and the soda. I drew what it looked like at first at the top, just so I had something to go off of. And then I did my prediction for each one. So I drew it for each one, what I thought would happen. And then I wrote just a little sentence about what I thought would happen, so I knew. So I said this one wouldn't change. I said this one would turn really mushy and turn into maybe like a big blob. And I said this one would like maybe disintegrate because of all the bubbles in the soda and just turn into little tiny pieces. And so that's what I did before I started the experiment. And now I'm going to draw what it looks like now. So I go ahead and draw exactly what these look like. and I do like the bubbles for the vinegar and the soda, and do the colors differently, and maybe even write something at the bottom like this, so telling us that this one probably lost a lot of its color, this one retained a lot of its color, these two bubbled, and things like that.